We are live on the Metal Voice. With me today, good friend Giles Lavery, vocalist, Dragon's Claw, who has a new album out. Or they have a new album out, I should say.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
Alcatraz, lead singer. Something's
Yes.
coming, something's brewing in the Alcatraz world.
Always
Also,
brewing. Always brewing.
Warlord just played a couple of shows, opening for the mighty Judas Priest in Italy.
Yes.
So, any other shows coming up, Giles?
The new Jack Star album.
The new Jack Star album. Look at that.
Yeah, I sing on the new Jack Star album. Check that. It's called Out of the Darkness Part 2. So we've got the introductions out of the way.
All right, good. So this is what we're talking about today. We're talking about Bruce Dickinson, More Balls to Picasso. It's basically a re-imaged, or they called a remix with
reimagined.
Tricky words.
I think Black Sabbath's Forbidden remix is going to open the floodgates now to all manner of people revisiting Black Sheep, or perhaps overlooked.
But I like the word Black Sheep because these are the albums that were not really.
I like Sheep.
I like you. I know you like Sheep. Let's first of all define. There's a lot, and you had a post on this the other day. Yes. And you said most people don't even understand what the difference between remastered is and remixed is. So let's define those terms. Yeah. Define them for me.
A remaster is you're taking a mixed. Basically, you're taking what got released the first time. It's already been mixed. It's already been, rendered down to a stereo track, which is the album. Basically, what you've got on the CD, or if you've got it on a tape
CD,
or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Or if you've got that on a master tape, which is what the CD's made from, or a DAT. You can't go back in and change the levels of the guitars and the vocals and the keyboards and all that, because that's the multi-track, the recording session. You can remix from a multi-track. You can't remix from a master. A master, to remaster something, you can sonically tweak the frequencies, a little bit more bass, a little bit more treble, etc., within the limitations of the final master. To remix, when you've got access to every individual instrument, vocal track, etc., you can turn things up, turn things down, take things out, put things back in. That's a remix. And that's what's happening here with Black Sabbath Forbidden and many other things in the world, I'm sure. But right now, Bruce Dickinson, balls to Picasso.
Yeah, but let me just add something to your remix. A lot of times the band don't have the mix down tracks or that tape where they could play with the different levels.
Oh, some do, some don't. They normally go to if it's a product for a major label, usually those tapes and the masters, or the multi-tracks and the masters go back to the label for storage, because you can't rely on musicians to do anything properly, least of all store their masters. However, Universal are pretty good at setting fire to things as well, so you never know.
So that's right.
Yes, usually in this case, I'm sure EMI, or as it's now, Parlophone or Warner or whoever they identify as now, have Bruce has gotten hold of the master tapes via the label, or actually, I don't think, no, they're not with EMI anymore, are they? Those albums. It's
BMG now.
Those albums took a journey via Castle, where they got reissued in 2000s, and now that's all been sucked up into BMG. So yeah, it would have originally been stored with EMI, and then the masters would have changed hands as the catalog has thus changed hands.
So I'm just going to add one more thing. So again, the remixes, as you said, they take the guitars, the vocals, the drums, the bass, and they sort of readjust how they are positioned in the song. Also, at the same time, they take each individual track and they clean them up. There's a hiss. Maybe they equalize each separate track.
Yeah, which all should have been done in the first place. But, technology moves forward. You can further refine things. And it's not just that. You can also, you're basically opening up the session. You're opening up the patient. Right. You're opening up the patient. And you can add things. You can go, let's put another guitar in there. Let's put another keyboard in there. Let's take something out,
Reimagined. That's what it is, right? So you have remix, and now reimagine, you're playing with the mix, and now you're adding maybe some more guitars, a third guitar, maybe putting some keyboards, or you might redo the vocals in some cases, right? You never know, right?
Yeah. Is
Here we
that a
are.
Bon? Is that a Bon Scott shirt?
Yes, it is.
There we go, Bon Scott.
All right. Okay. So Boston Picasso, released in 1994. Um, it was at a time when metal was sort of slowing down,
Let's just be blunt.
crumbling.
No one gave a shit about this record in 1994.
Okay, that's
Let's
right.
just let's just be really blunt. And then you're gonna get like a half a dozen people going, "I did." Well, I did too, but I was there. No one cared about a Bruce Dickinson solo album in 1994. Let's put it that way.
I believe Bruce Dickinson, and you are the sort of the expert here. I will ask you this question. Bruce, a few attempts to make this album. It was actually 4 years.
Yeah,
It's a second
yeah,
album. A few
yeah.
attempts. They said it sounded like Peter Gabriel, the first version of
Well, you
it.
can hear those sessions. Keith Olsen's, he did do an initial attempt before this record as the direction he wanted to go, and you can hear most of that as the B-sides that came out on the record, and they are very, esoteric and Peter Gabriel-esque songs like No Way Out, No Way Out Part 2, and Cadillac Gas Mask and things like that. Very good stuff, actually.
Yeah. Produced by Shea Baby at the time. That's the
Yep.
original pressing.
Yes, yes.
It has been mastered over the years. Also, Roy Z, this was his first sort of introduction into the Bruce Dickinson world, right? With the
Yes.
band of Gypsies,
Yes.
I believe.
Yes. Yes.
And basically, Bruce, correct me if I'm wrong, Bruce took Roy Z's band at the time and he used
And
that
Roy.
band.
Yeah, and Bruce has subsequently said that, the success that Bruce and Roy had with latter day classics, such as Accident of Birth and Chemical Wedding, albums that, upon release, also were modestly successful, but certainly grew in stature over the years, especially after Bruce's return to Maiden. Bruce always said he wished he had cut Roy Z loose more on Balls to Picasso, and he could have had the sort of record that Chemical Wedding was a lot earlier, but he was nervous because Roy had never done a record, of this status before and all that kind of stuff. Ironically, Bruce has apparently had a whopping great falling out with Roy Z, allegedly, and Roy's not involved in the reimagining and the remix of Balls to Picasso that Bruce always wanted to do with Roy Z. But Bruce has done it anyway with some new crew, new people, and apparently it sounds absolutely stellar. I've only heard a couple of songs. You've heard the whole thing.
I've heard the whole thing very briefly. I took down a lot of notes. And the only thing I could compare it to is the original 1994 was, if I had to visualize, it's like a rock. It's all sort of crunched together.
It's a rock.
It's sort of crunched together. And if you could imagine a rock, all the sound is sort of like in this rock. However, this re-imaged is
Reimagined.
Remixed, the Reimagine is opened, and the layers flow nicely. You've heard two songs, right?
Yes.
You've heard Cyclops and you've heard Gods of War, right?
Gods of War. Yes.
Gods of War. And what did you think of the first two songs?
I'm really excited for the rest of it.
Okay.
And I'm thoroughly annoyed that no one has sent me in advance of this.
I'm one of the few who've heard it. And I got to tell you, this from an album, as you said, that no one cared about back in the day, this, I compare it to Forbidden.
Yeah,
Black Sabbath.
Which was great, except they mixed they got rid of Jeff Nichols' keyboards on a lot of it, which was.
But still, the overall sound.
But overall, it was awesome. But it's just like it could have been perfect, but it wasn't. They took out Jeff's keyboards on the title track and Kiss of Death and other areas. But anyway,
yeah. But I find this album is a better separation of instruments. You could hear, like, instead of just the doubling guitar, maybe there's like a triple and quadruple guitars. There's a lot more keyboards that he's added.
That's cool.
The rhythm, which it's a very rhythmic album to begin with. It's got a lot of groove, the album.
It does. I found this album sort of unfairly, and I don't mean this as a slight on Skunkworks, because I really like Skunkworks, but Skunkworks was a problematic album for a number of Bruce Dickinson fans who wanted sort of more in the Iron Maiden or subsequently what came later, Accident of Birth, Chemical Wedding. Balls to Picasso kind of got bootstrapped to Skunkworks in the sense of like, yes. you don't worry about those two albums. It all starts with Accident of Birth. Not true. If you don't like Skunkworks, that's fair enough, but there is some marvelous music there, and from all reports, a brand new Skunkworks is also on the way. But Balls to Picasso has always been a stunning collection of songs that perhaps could have been treated a little bit better in the mix department. Although there was not a whole lot wrong with it, it just could have had more balls, and now it does.
And actually, I got to tell you, I'll go through the songs very quickly.
Very
Cyclops,
quickly,
you've
because
heard
I
it.
gotta go.
They've added keyboards, and the bass is higher in the mix. It's a little
Yep.
more funkier in the thumping vibe. You've heard Cyclops, right?
Yes, I like Cyclops.
Whereas the original was a lot more drier, where this
Yep.
one seems to be, and I think it's a difference between reverb and delay. When they put
Well,
delay on,
everyone was so terrified of reverb in the 90s because, oh, we can't sound too 80s. You mean
Yeah,
that era where people sold millions and millions and trillions of records and had major hits? Yeah, we don't want to sound like that at all, do we? Oh, but yes, I'm glad that there's a bit more atmosphere and reverb being, breathed back into the songs.
yeah, big win. Hell no,
Yes.
this one highlights the sort of the Middle Eastern groove, and this very groovy album. It's a very groovy album to begin with. A lot of drums, a lot of tribal drums. So that's really more prominent, and that's another win. Gods of War, you've heard it, right? That has, I think the original was heavier than the reimagined version of it.
Okay.
I think the original, since it's more sort of stuck together, all the instruments, it sounds heavier, whereas the Gods of War is sort of
Panoramic.
panoramic is a great word. I like
Panoramic.
that. Panoramic. Epic soundscape. How's that?
I saw a magazine that had a woman's magazine that had discover epic makeup tips, and I realized that at that point the word epic now has no meaning. It's just frivolously thrown. It's just frivolously thrown around, for anything and everything. So I don't use it in regards to music anymore. So let's just say panoramic or cinematic.
I like panoramic cinematic. I like that soundscape.
Yeah.
Antonio Telio added some stunning orchestrations.
Did he really? Good for him. I've never heard of him, but I hope the world does soon because he's done fantastic work.
Added indigenous instruments from the Amazon.
Indigenous.
Yes.
Is that like those bottles of water where you buy it and it's like
yes, it's exactly, but it's got more of a groove.
Sourced from this mountain in China, and then you read the small print and it has bottled at municipal supply on the bottom.
Recorded by himself where he lived there in the Amazon.
So then it's genuine.
It's genuine, just like the bottle. 1,000 Points of Light. What did you think of the track when just the original?
Oh, I've always liked it. It's another one of those sort of anti-gun songs, I suppose, isn't it? But I like the song a lot. I've always liked 1,000 Points of Light. Really good.
Well, this remix version offers a slick little keyboard lick on the chorus, which kind of
offers a slick little keyboard lick. There you go.
Slick little keyboard lick. Think of a Mystery by Dio. Think of Mystery by Dio.
And I often do. So yes.
And I would compare the production, the original, to the new one. I would compare it to Black Sabbath Dehumanizer as the original.
Wow.
Computer Gods, that sort of bashing drums on the original.
Oh,
but this
great.
time,
Love it.
they've kind of layered the drums properly in the mix. How's that? So everything's more separated in the mix.
Okay. Well, I love the drums on Computer God, actually. That's one of my favorite.
Well, they make it more heaven and hell.
Okay, all right.
Versus
I thought you were saying they made it more Dehumanizer. I was like, ooh.
No, they've made it less Dehumanizer, more heaven and hell in terms of.
Okay, well, I like heaven and hell as well. So whatever you're rambling about, I will find out in due course. I guess.
Exactly. Laughing in the Hiding Bush,
which was the original intended title of the album. I was hoping that the remix would actually be called "Laughing in the Hiding Bush." That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. I think this track too, it's a revitalized, it's cleaner, it sounds just better. It's a good song, a fan favorite, and it just got better with the
great riff.
Change of Heart. What did you think of the original?
Great song. Always loved that ballad, and it was originally recorded by Project Driver as well, actually.
Jazzy.
Roy Z. It's jazzier.
It's kind of jazzier. It's cleaner. Again, like I'm going to repeat the same thing. It's cleaner. It's jazzy. It's more separated. It's got more of a panoramic soundscape. How's that?
Right. I like the Driver version with Roy Z and Rob Rock. It was really good.
I never heard it.
Really good.
That was Who wrote it? It was co-written by both of them, right? Roy Z and Bob Rock.
Rob Rock.
Rob Rock.
And I think Bruce did change the lyrics. So
Rob
yeah,
Rock, Bob
so
Rock.
yes.
They're cousins. I
No,
think.
Rob Rock, not
I
not
know,
Bob
but
Rock.
Bob Rock and Rob Rock are cousins.
They're
Are they
not
not?
cousins. They're not cousins. No, they're not. And then there's Bobby Rock, the drummer as well. There's Bobby
That's
Rock, the
right.
drummer for the
That's
Vinnie
right.
Vincent Invasion and now Lita Ford. There's Rob Rock, my great friend and fantastic singer of Impellitteri. And
Fantastic
then there's
singer,
Bob Rock, the producer of
producer,
Loverboy.
Canadian. Okay.
Canadian.
Shoot all the clowns.
Okay.
Shoot all the clowns. What'd you think of the original?
Never liked it. I love the video, but the song was complete rubbish, I thought. It's a bit of pish, isn't it, really? It's just
Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Yeah, I
funky rapping.
never got into it. If I want rapping, I'll listen to Sacred Cowboys.
Well, look, I never liked that song to begin with.
Right. Great
The
video though.
the new remix, it sounds good, but it's Bruce rapping
A bit of
and
piffle. It didn't do much for me.
they actually added a horn section on this.
Oh god. Okay.
And the benefit of Brendan Duffy, who worked on the Mandrake project. So look at that.
Okay. Well, then let's check that out then.
All right. And then Fire. Fire is another song that I never really got into.
Step into the fire, you're gonna get burned. Hide all the money you saved. I like that song.
It's more of a Black Sabbath doomy original.
Yeah, I like that.
feel.
I like that.
It's a little more doomy now, and again, it's cleaned up. The more layers
Right.
to it. It sounds
Right.
good. It sounds good, but I never really loved the track. Sacred Cowboys.
Love it. Always loved it. Great chorus. Could have been an Iron Maiden song in that chorus. Not sure about the verse. It would have fitted Iron Maiden, but it's
I
I like the verse. I've always liked the verse. It's more like it's not really a rap. It's more of a Frank Zappa-y kind of thing rather than an actual
Yes.
genuine rap. But I love the
Yes,
chorus.
yes.
It's a big hook.
Yeah, the new
Would have
remix
been great for a Maiden song. That chorus.
and I agree with everything you said. It would have been great with a Maiden song. It's even better. It's more clear. It's more. I don't know. It seems like it seems like an album of today. Like you just recorded it fresh.
It is
today.
for a lot of people, and I hope so. But a lot of people, this is going to be like a new Bruce record because I know so many
Yes.
people that go, "Oh, I never checked that one out. I always heard that was his grunge album." I'm like, he never made a grunge album. Stop. I love it how people just throw that grunge tag on anything that was somewhat experimental or a little bit heavier in the '90s by an '80s band. Like
Yeah,
people think
yeah.
that like Strange Highways by Dio was a grunge album. It's nothing to do with grunge. Nor was Warrant Dog Eat Dog or Dee Snider's Widowmaker or Alice Cooper Dragonstown and Brutal Planet, which was later. They're not grunge. Nothing to do with grunge. Sonic Youth is grunge.
It's true. Tears, and of course the highlight, Tears of the
Big hit,
Dragon.
Tears of the Dragon, which shoot me, I've never been crazy about that song.
Really? Wow.
I know that's my problem. Everyone else loves it. It's a great song. I've just never been particularly enamored with it.
More dynamic, more guitars, more separation of the layers, beautifully executed. And
maybe I'll like it now.
Maybe you'll like it now because I thought this is the true highlight of the album. It was always my highlight of the album.
Does it still have that reggae part in the middle?
Yes, it does. Yes, okay. Beautiful. Love it. From
You've
Bruce
always been a big reggae fan, haven't you?
Yeah. I'll always love Police. Beefed up the guitars. This is what Bruce said. Beefed up the guitars, courtesy of our Swedish shredder, Philip Naisland. And we added some really beautiful work by Adessa on Tears.
Perfect.
So that's from
maybe I will like it a lot better now. I've never hated the song. It's just never been like my go-to song on the record.
Yeah, it's fine. The two bonus tracks, and I know you're really big on bonus tracks, or just basically Gods of War and Shoot All the Clouds. They were just live studio takes of these songs, which are what they are.
Whatever. I would see. I mean, I guess he can't keep remixing everything from here to eternity, but I would have liked to have seen some of the B-sides actually get a bit of a or any other outtakes. But anyway, whatever. I mean, it's more than enough. I'm looking forward to hearing this. When's it out, Jimmy? When's it out?
It's going to be out July 25th on BMG.
Well, that's like tomorrow, isn't it?
Tomorrow's the 21st, my birthday, but it'll be out
Happy
in
birthday.
4 or 5. Thank you very much. Actually, it's almost my birthday over there.
Yes. And over there, and over here, and here, and
in Australia, it's already my birthday, so it's good. So, if you
Happy
love,
birthday,
if you're kind of sitting on the fence back in the day about this album, this will really impress you because it's just like Forbidden. I just compared to Forbidden. They took this album to another level. They breathed new life into it. I wasn't a big fan of it back then, but I'm a big fan of the album right now. I loved it. It was great. It was wonderful. Yeah.
Awesome.
Great experience. That's pretty much it. Giles, any last plugs?
Just buy it. Even if you don't like it, just
I
buy
meant
it
plugs
anyway.
in regards to the Alcatraz world. Or...
Oh, well, we have Alcatraz Island in the Sun 2025, reopened 2025. Single is out now and doing very well. We've got another single coming soon.
What about some gigs coming up?
Yes, we're going on the road with Girls' School and Bangalore Choir in November and December, all over Europe. Alcatraz, Bangalore Choir, Girls' School. Yes, it's going to be great.
And on a last note, Bangalore Choir, David Reese, of course, he's got a new song called Bullet Train which
is coming out officially next week. It's been premiered yesterday on Doc Rock, and yeah, I mean, it's the Bangalore. I actually co-produced the Bangalore Choir album, and it's very good.
I heard Bullet Train. It sounds slick, a very catchy chorus, a very nice hook. I like it.
Very good.
I like it a lot. All right, man.
Have
yourself a wonderful day. Everybody, go pick up More Balls to Picasso by Bruce Dickinson.
Yes.
You will not regret